Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of GLOC Online. We're very excited to be a part of the Tailor-Made Radio Entertainment Network, and we're coming at you on so many different platforms. This is being filmed live. It's 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and I just finished the episode, so I think we're all excited to watch and talk about another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 12. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Vanta Blaque. Hi, Vanta. How you doing?
I am good, thank you. I also just finished the episode and I screamed. I'm very excited. It's gonna be just a little moment. I knew what was gonna happen, but I was still very pleased.
All right, there's been some moments. We are joined tonight by our very special guest. She was in the running to win Anne's. She was been robbed by her title by Miss Rona. I hope that you have a chance to win it. It is one of our dear skunk friends, Queen Valerie Hunt. Hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I'm ready to get into all the tea, dish some hot goss, and talk about the dolls.
I
yellow
love
number.
that for you.
Yeah,
Anxiety correctly brings up right off the top in the comments that your hair is looking absolutely snatched. I love it.
It is the final five, so I had to do something a little special, you know.
Okay. I see. You came with the heat. As always, we are sponsored, this season, I should say, we've been sponsored and we continue to be sponsored by Bar Patricia. They are giving away one free prize tonight. Someone's going to walk away with dinner from Bar Patricia. And I don't know if you saw, they have a promo deal on right now, and it's pretty amazing. I'm not sure if we're not giving away that, but if you do want barbecue this weekend, they're like, everything you need: booze, steaks, meat, veggies. You just throw it on the grill. It's one low price. It actually looks really delicious. I'm thinking about getting it.
They're keeping us healthy, mixing it up just pizza. I've just regressed to my university diet of Domino's and ramen. Basically.
There is the danger of that.
Yeah.
Are we ready to get into it?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a little bit of a lighter episode. We're going to talk about the actual main challenge. We'll do a quick recap of everything before, but we have a little bit of time, and so we wanted to get started with breaking news. Drag Race Canada. Oh yeah. Drag Race Canada has been announced. Let's get into it. What do we think of Drag Race Canada? First impressions.
I do love not RuPaul's Prairie Exclusionary Drag Race Canada. It is a very exciting time.
The Maritimes have been excluded, and the North as well.
Yes, pardon me. It is it's like the sports game, which apparently isn't how it is anymore, where they have an East versus West in basketball.
It's different conferences, but in basketball it still actually is East versus West.
West Coast.
I was told they changed it. I checked.
Basketball is definitely still East versus West.
Can't trust this.
I was gonna say I'm excited by it. Like, the promo confused me. I was Confucia, but I'm excited by it. I'm equal parts excited, equal parts confused.
What part confused you?
I went on a journey. I started out with a lot of disappointment when I saw that 8 girls are from Ontario and 7 of those are from the same city. I was pretty disappointed. Jalen Spears says the theme was Queen of the North, and that was really funny too, because they're like, we're gonna crown Queen of the North, and it's funny because 8 of the 12 girls come from a latitude that's more south than parts of the United States.
That is the real tea, is it not?
Scalding tea.
Like, geographically, they're not north.
No, they're not. They are far more south than, and I forget this every time I'm there.
I mean, to paraphrase the saying, maps are maps, America. So initially I was very disappointed. I thought that there were some pretty strong candidates that they, like, even one, you know, you can still have 6 of Brooklyn's friends from Toronto, and you throw in one person from the prairies and one from the Maritimes, and people would shut up. That's all it would have taken. So that was disappointed. On the other hand, I am actually still excited. I'm really excited to announce that we will be breaking down the show We will be doing a GLOC Canada, so we're really excited. But it's good for Canadian drag.
It is.
I'm upset that there isn't any Western representation. So let's collectively step up and try harder and, look at what they're trying to attract and say, well, if we don't like it, then let's change it. But it is going to be, the rising tide floats all boats, and this will be good for us. This will be good for Canadian drag.
Definitely. It is it's putting us on a higher platform. I was amused on Twitter that there's a lot of people in the States who can't access the information for Drag Race Canada, which is very ironic and hilarious of the many years of all of us trying to access any American detail on Twitter.
I'm seeing a little bit of tea from some of our connected Vancouver girls. Jerry Lynn and Anne are not maybe the most happy with what do we think of the West, our closest geographical competitors? I'm Team Jimbo. I'm hoping Jimbo does her thing.
Clown rights.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't maybe I just don't know the Queens of the North super well, but I feel like I didn't really know a lot of the queens who were on it, like off the top of my head, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think she kind of got lost in the shuffle, but I'm really excited for Priyanka.
Yes.
Me too.
Priyanka is an amazing performer. I'm really excited for her. I think she could go really far. She could either stumble right out of the gate and be gone in a blip, or she could be in the finale.
I think
anything's on the books for her.
I have strong winner vibes from her. I met her briefly when I was in Toronto 6 months ago or whatever, and most of these Toronto girls that are on there, a good half of them, they host shows together. They are the headliners there, which is kind of what you would expect from a drag race collective. But yeah, Priyanka was super nice. She said she liked my drag. That was the whole interaction, but she seemed very nice. And I think it's really important that the Canadian talent is represented, and it's shown that it's not just, I don't know if there's a stereotype for Canadian drag, actually.
I don't know of one. I think we're usually quite polite. Beyond the usual Canadian stereotypes, I don't think there really is one.
I think our stereotype is we're diverse.
Yeah, and I think we are known for celebrating our diversity up here. I hope so, and I hope that we continue to do that. I was a little disappointed that I am happy that there is a non-cisgendered individual. I'm really happy to see Two-Spirit representation. So absolutely. I'm very, very stoked for that. I think Canada missed an opportunity to really push it further.
Yeah, especially not including anyone from the territories. There's queens up there. They're very talented. There's a documentary that I am forgetting the name of right now, but there's a whole documentary on drag in the north of Canada. That's what should be represented.
Whitehorse has a really fantastic
yes.
Yeah, Mac.
No King.
No Kings.
Which Mac is this? Is this Mac Jeffries or is this Mac?
I believe it's Mac Jeffries.
Okay. No Kings. Really bummed that there's no Kings. Clearly Rue's fingerprints all over that. Stephanie Hodges jumps in and says, honestly, it's only the first season. I know it's not fair, but even the first season in the U.S., there wasn't a whole lot of representation from all parts of the U.S. It was mostly New York and L.A. Yeah, fair enough. I see both sides. I'm disappointed there's not more representation. It's just getting off the ground, and I can understand. We're all there's going to be a season 2. We don't know that. There's nothing guaranteed that suddenly there just will be. They need ratings. And I hate to say it to the rest of us, but more people live within 3 hours of Toronto than the rest of the goddamn country, basically.
Exactly.
So did they lay into Ontario and Quebec? Yeah. Most Canadians live there. It would have been cool if we were more representative, but
you gotta think about
where the market is, and that's where people are gonna know those girls. And so it's it is a show. It is not a documentary about Canadian drag. It is a TV show that exists to sell itself. Look at how Rue is pumping out show after show after show. It's not the best thing for drag. It's not, but it's a good thing for the property that they own. And I think there's an element of that we need to remember.
Oil and gas?
What's that?
Oil and gas?
I was gonna say, I feel like it kind of reminds me, like, I feel like Brooklyn Heights might come out with a statement similar to the Belay brothers. Like, I don't know if I've listened to, I think they were on a podcast I was listening to, but they talked about casting for Dragula season 1 and how they wanted a king. But like, when they were going through the tapes, it just wasn't something that, like, there just wasn't anyone that struck them, which, like, maybe could be the case the same with Brooklyn. Maybe they first round just didn't see anybody that they were, like, dead set on. And like, maybe it just takes that, like, first initial round to kind of get the masses hyped up for the show, and then we get what we want.
Definitely. It could be one of those things where they're anticipating how the audience will go, because from the secrets that we've heard, we know that some very talented like drag kings and drag monarchs and drag things applied that would be very fierce competition on the show. The comments are beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I also can't wait for the Karla Marx communist drink.
Oh, well, as first chairperson of your heart, I am excited to do that.
Blessings.
I can't wait.
But yeah,
maybe I should run like a super communist one.
I think you should. It's all just challenges on communism. Everyone has to write an essay each week. Just like fully diversify your drag palette. Just put all of your skills into one.
Oh, it's like one of my reading groups that I'm in, and it's not as entertaining as you'd think.
That is fair.
Oh,
that is
wow.
fair.
You don't want that. I think we're all just excited to see Canadian drag get represented and be represented, and then hopefully be even more representative.
Can I say one thing before we move on from this?
Oh, absolutely. What's up, babe?
If the promo was Queen of the North, why did Rita Baga show up like that?
Question.
Who didn't tell Rita Baga?
An investigation.
Lost in translation.
I felt like a lot of the looks didn't really jive with Queen of the North. I thought, like, Queen of the North can be interpreted in so many ways that I feel like they could have stressed the note that maybe those girls didn't get prepared as much as they could have.
Queen of the North.
There was definitely a few ice queens, which is like, let me see if this will work. Like, we've got some solid icy moments, a lot of white, a lot of not loading.
This is fabulous. Yeah,
great technology.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yes, this is the one we were talking about.
I'm worried about Bobo. Looks like, what are we doing here?
Bobo looks hot boo mess.
Baga. I mean, there's a bit of like a regal aspect to it.
It looks like that. It looks like Val and I like color combined today.
You know what it reminds me of though? Sasha Bell's Lobster Runway from the season 7, like first episode, like the fall.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then she put a shoulder puff on it.
Yeah. I like it in that photo. In the Meet the Queens blip, it didn't seem as hot.
Fair.
I
think a lot of these queens took really awkward poses that don't show the garment very well.
I think the photographer sucked.
I think it was the drag series.
Oh,
no.
I think unless he's doing all of the photos of their looks after, so they all have good photos.
Fernando is fabulous. There's no way he would have turned out some of these.
I know. That's my
unless that's all he had to work with.
Unless he just gave them the white background and like they edited it.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know, but
Priyanka
is a beautiful person.
Yeah. That photo did not.
And honestly, that is a bad shot.
It's not good.
Picture.
That is a terrible picture. She's like, ugh. I have watched so many of her live streams and everything, and I've never seen her do that. So I'm gonna put it on. Like, I think Fernando is. I've worked with a lot of photographers, and Fernando is that next level creative, especially because what he does is so simplistic with like a white background. It lets your drag speak so loudly, but then to capture that image and just beautiful. So yeah.
It's hard. Yeah. Fernando's a sweet angel and a beautiful, talented man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. We have some tea here. Stephanie says the dude was standing on a fucking ladder at the back of the studio taking the pictures.
Oh.
Well, that can't be great. Priyanka looks bad. They did her dirty. Maybe she's the villain. Maybe. I've heard that Priyanka is very competitive, which is, you could say that about most people who probably applied for the show. Did you all apply?
Yeah.
I did not.
Val did?
You?
I was doing drag for 9 months, though. I just wanted to apply for, like, me.
That's cute.
Carla, did you apply?
No.
I didn't think so. No.
I have not entered a single drag competition.
I'm a competitor.
Duke did. Yeah, I heard Duke did. Yeah. I know Carly got a call back. I think Duke did as well.
Stephanie did. Europa did.
Yeah. Lilith, I think, did.
Yeah, Lilith got a call back. I heard that.
Mm-hmm. Rose Butch did.
Jerry Lynn's lips.
Just her lips.
It seems like there was a lot of, like, first round calls. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anne didn't. I'm sorry, Anne. I just don't think they get you.
They didn't like the diaper.
Did you show them?
Did you
the flute work? Did you show off
her diaper?
What's that?
Did Anne just submit her diaper looks?
I don't know, but that was a mood.
Oh, she says she filmed her 60-second intro in a diaper.
Well, how did that not work, really? Okay, on the note of Anne's diaper, let's move on to our second piece of groundbreaking news. The world
need
of
a soundboard.
Yeah, we need a soundboard.
That'll be my next tech investment. It's fine. Tip us so we can buy a soundboard, please.
Yes.
But yes, go ahead. Please continue. Sorry.
The RuPaul machine of drag continues. Those lucky girls the lucky winner of season 12 will get precisely 6 days to be the most famous drag queen in the world until they are trumped by All-Star season 5.
Oh, I'm so excited.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm really excited. Anne is hungry. Please award them the dinner. Well, we'll see who Val chooses. Val's gonna get to choose at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was announced that All-Star season 5 there will be 10 queens competing in yet another edition.
Would you like me to pull it up?
Sure. While you're pulling up the thoughts, Val, what did you think
of All-Stars 5? Okay, I don't know.
Wrong one.
May I offer a critique then while you're shorting thoughts?
No, like I mean, like, I don't know how I feel about it in the sense, like, I'm equally as excited as I am kind of like it's a really, really good cast, so I don't know who I see winning, if that makes sense. Like, whereas like All-Stars 4, I was like, oh, like it's probably gonna be Trinity or like this person. All-Stars 3, I was like, it's gonna be Trixie or Shangela. Here, it's like a little bit more like sus. Like it might be harder to know.
Whoa. I need to see receipts if you were saying that you thought Trixie had a chance to win 3.
I did!
Oh, fuck right off with that shenanigans. Nobody, but after her season and her like, like I know that people were like, oh, I hope she wins, but like, she's gonna win.
She's bad at Drag Race, but she's good at life, so.
Wait, I'm sorry, which person? Did you say Trixie?
Yes. Before her All-Stars win? Oh, come on.
Before All-Stars. Okay, I thought you were talking about this one.
She is good at life. She is bad at Drag Race.
Now, for this cast, like, I do see my tops being, like, Shay, Juju, Cracker. I really like Mariah Balenciaga, so I am super stoked to see her back.
Yeah, you are very wrong.
And Derek Barry, hello, can we talk about that icon and star?
What is this look?
I think Barry is a sleeper. They could either like blow you away, or you'll be like, great, we got to see Brittany again.
Which is what we're seeing so far, and that is what she explained in her awkward little Meet the Queen segment. But I'm excited for India Farah. I didn't recognize her, and I kind of love that.
I have actually kept up with India Farah, and
good.
If you only know her from the show, I think there's a lot of people who are like, who? But I think that if you look at India since then, this is a bad pic. This is an unflattering picture of actually a lot of them. But like, and Jujubee. But I'm actually excited to see what she could do. I think she's really grown a lot. She's taken a lot of steps since the show. So I think it's well deserved for her.
I agree. I'm very excited. I both enjoyed and was confused by Mayhem Miller's that $4 bodysuit that almost everyone has. I almost got it, and I'm glad I didn't. But
there are some choices. There are some choices. There's definitely some workhorse queens, right? So they needed more representation. I do love, like, I don't know about Mayhem Miller. I don't know if I needed to see her again. I'm excited that Juju's back. I'm really excited for Juju.
yeah.
And I think if I had to say who do I want to see in the finale, it's Shay and Cracker.
Absolutely.
Oh, Shay and Juju, mama. Shay and Juju for me.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the top three.
Yeah, it's interesting.
James, I feel like I've seen it.
James just brings it up. We've all kind of slept a little bit on Alexis Mateo. Any votes? Any poll for her?
I thought that. Oh, go ahead, Val.
I was gonna be like, I don't even know. I don't feel like I totally slept on Alexis. Like, I think I really liked her on her season 3, and I think that she's super glamorous and super beautiful. But like, Drag Race is like a game show and a formula, and I don't know if like she's going to step into that for the third time really well.
Yeah.
What was the second time? Was she on?
There's one.
She was on All Star 1.
I should rewatch All Stars 1. I think
they have basically given a full redo on anyone who was on All Stars 1. Like,
they're taking them in twos.
Yeah.
I want to see Tammy Brown and Nina Flowers next.
That's a season I want.
I want a big brown flower in my life.
Yeah.
I think at this point in the chat, somebody has speculated about every single person. Like, we're all like, yeah, but this person could go far, but that person, they're all contestants on the show. Everyone's just like, I'm excited, which is great. That's
we love the passion.
We love the passion. I'm not super excited for Blair St. Clair.
Me neither.
Pretty.
Her Meet the Queen segment was just kind of like, I'm pretty, but I don't know. It just seemed like the overused drag jokes of I'm a man under this, even though I'm really pretty. And I don't love that. Like, I understand why it's a recurring gag and why it was the joke for so long, and unfortunately kind of still is, but that's not funny anymore.
They really underlined it tonight. They did that pretty hardcore.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm a man joke. I was kind of rolling my eyes. I just feel like Blair St. Clair is just so clearly like the dollar store version of Gigi Good.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, this is All Stars. What?
Come on, Forever 21, but make it expensive.
Yeah, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say maybe it's Fashion Nova.
I would say Fashion Nova, yes. Yeah.
A lot of these girls who don't really actually have fashion sense just wear a really, like, skimpy, slightly retro outfit, and they're like, it's fashion, look at my legs. You're like, it's not fashion, bitch. You're just skinny.
Don't call our guest out like that.
Don't call me out like that.
Hey, you wear a lot of prints with a lot of bright colors, and I'll give you that as fashion.
Gee, just wait for my Quarantinta look.
We're very excited.
All right, should we get into the actual episode tonight?
Yes, that might be good.
Let's do it. Let's jump into the episode.
All right, let me.
Okay, so I think we can move through a lot of these details pretty quickly to get to the number, the big presentation itself.
Yeah, I didn't take many notes.
It was boring, and get out of here. You are a shit disturber every single one of these chats, and I love you for it. Okay, so they kind of talk about who's winning, who's losing. There's a lot of like banter back and forth. The lights go out.
The pit crew has hot pink shiny underwear for the first time, I believe. That was neat.
That was neat. Also, the return of RuPaul.
Yeah.
What were those yellow contacts? And why were they there? They
were not good. It looked like jaundice.
It was not it.
Yeah. I wrote back, oh, RuPaul's back. I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it was gone last week. That was my big takeaway from our chat last week, that I missed
I remember that. So, okay, fine. Ru's boy look, I thought was one of the weakest of the season.
It wasn't.
I've been digging their suits, and this one just made my eyes hurt.
Yeah, Ross's suit on the judges panel was better than Ru's suit in the workroom today.
Yeah.
So what did we think? What did we think about the mini challenge? We were doing Vegas Showgirls, and I looked at this and I was like, this is not a mini challenge. They basically just did a straight up maxi.
That was a mini maxi.
Yeah, I was
Really?
like, they're all in perfect drag with amazing headpieces. There's no way this was 20 minutes or anything.
Were they supposed to be crafting the headdresses, or was there a challenge given, or just please look pretty with feathers in something more broad?
I think the challenge was, how can we find a way to talk about RuPaul's Vegas drag show for another 5 minutes? And they succeeded.
And then I think like everything else, the challenge was just make Ru laugh and look pretty.
100%. The mini challenges are very much the side. You need to do one thing in these to do well in the show. And that is, can you make fun of yourself? Don't take yourself so seriously, laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
And do something like really awkward and goofy. And then if you do, Ru's like, you're vulnerable and you understand. And if you don't, and you always try to take them too seriously, then Ru will, I guess not like it.
Yeah.
So we have comments. Stephanie says, those mugs were not 30 minutes.
That was my thought as well. Yeah.
And Max says, how did Gigi even win that? I don't know. I thought if you're just looking at look, it should have been Jada.
Yeah,
Jada, I was like, that's full drag.
I thought that Jada was going to win, although all of them seemed like pretty nooch.
I will say that the one for me that stuck out, and not in a good way, was Jackie's.
Oh, forgot about her.
That wig was abhorrent. I thought Jackie looked terrible, especially just because like Jackie actually looked like quick drag.
Anne, oh my god, in the comments.
Oh, Anne is the spicy girl in this chat room. You give her like, you don't put a camera on her and you just give her a keyboard, Anne will spice it up.
I mean, it's what this time is all about, I suppose.
It is true.
Val, you were trying to say something and we both talked over you at the same time.
Oh, it's fine.
I don't even know if I was. I might have just been making sounds like Jackie Cox.
So yeah, she wins. Oh yeah, no, Jackie was making Lilith Fair noises, but not the good ones.
Not the good ones.
Yeah, those were weird.
No.
That was an odd choice.
I'm here for it. Winner is Gigi. And I had a comment, a thought here that I'm interested on your thoughts. It was brought up by Kayla, and it made me think, how disappointed are we in Sherry? Not just because she's a reprehensible human being, but because she had a real chance to be the first big girl winner.
Although, can I say?
Yes, please.
So, No Name and I talked about this today. We were actually saying that I was like, I almost feel like I don't actually like Sherry Pie. Although they've edited so much of her out, I don't know if I would have like her runways were great, but I don't know if I like fell in, I don't know, like, they edited her out, but I don't know if I fell in love with her. It makes no sense, but like,
I think they made it possible to fall in love with her. And it's just, I think she really, like, she's a larger bodied individual. And the fact that she made it, they showed a little bit more this week of like why she made it. Because like up until this episode, you're like, why? We haven't seen anything that could suggest this level of success. And it was gross for me to see like Ru like playing with her.
Yeah.
Like the little moments you're like, ooh. I was like, oh.
It was not good. I'm glad, if that's been happening all season, I'm glad they were editing it out for us. Because that was icky.
Jerry brings up a good point too. Her pads were rocked in this episode.
They were an offense to padded queens.
Yeah. Also, does Gigi pad? Because she had a line in her bit about being padded. And I just looked at her body and I was like,
never see Gigi pad.
Sure. Couldn't have given that to like, that was an easy swap of like the lines. Like that was a choice.
Yeah, that I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's jump into it. We talk about some workrooms, struggles, writing lyrics. Girls Express, this is hard.
Words are hard.
We have a gag. Let's dive into the comments here. I'm interested. Let's see what you have to say. The gag of this episode for me was finding out that Sherry is 27.
Yes.
That's been discussed the whole time. I thought that was common knowledge. But it is funny that, like, she truly looks like an old woman. And it's very interesting.
And that's why I don't know if I like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if the look is it. She's just not it. She's like the worst.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know
Being
why
like
I
a
thought.
reprehensible human being will age you.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. We see it continue.
I mean, she's 27, but she looks 52 because she lives the double life, right?
It adds up.
So she's living years for herself, but then also, you know.
I mean, being mean is bad for your skin. It's just a fact.
Disgusting. Also,
And you're attacking Val. You just asked for dinner, and then you're attacking the person who's handing out dinner. That's just not even consistent, man.
Oh my.
For me, I gotta agree with James. Making fun of stroke victims.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was not
And
good
people with like
movie.
disabilities.
And the fact that she did it several times and they literally praised her for it was very, very, very questionable. And
super gross.
Yeah,
there have been times in past seasons, I can't remember exactly what it is now. Oh, it was the Village People Challenge where they left in the Native American character. And they've made these moves on Drag Race before. And I know when that one happened, I remember we kind of had like a discussion at the viewing party of like, well, it's different in the States, but also it's not, or like how different. And I don't think that just like, I don't know, there's something
it's pretty different down there.
I guess it is. I forget sometimes how.
Anne makes a good point. Have you seen their president? Like, and Jerry Lynn, American TV isn't as PC as Canada. It's a really different. We sometimes those little moments of harshness, of lack of consideration, just go by unnoticed there, like or like not acknowledged by the like white cis patriarchy, and it's just like, and it filters out even into marginalized communities that perpetuate these things without even like consciously doing the work to not be shitty. So
absolutely, it's I don't know. I think I've done my best to filter it out of like my personal internet feeds, and I still try and keep up with it anyway, just for like things like this when you have to discuss it. Like it's important to know that these other places are not as inclusive to
the vibe
folks. Yeah,
I make a point every time I'm in America to whenever I'm in a hotel room, I try to watch as much like news or just like whatever I can. I just have it on the background, and it's just like looking at the media they consume. It's just wild. Anyways, let's get back to the show. What did we think of the recording episodes? So we get them in the little like group recording. They go on the stage one by one. This was a tough episode for me because I love Jada. I'm on the books as a Jada fan.
Number one Jada stan of Calgary.
I thank you. She's earned it. Wow. I love her, but she is not in her words, she is not a singer.
Yeah, she made me feel good.
Yeah, it was all of them were a little rough. And maybe it was just like it must have been the editing because it all turned out fine enough, but all of them they showed the roughest parts for everyone, for sure.
They did not clog Jada on her just being a bad singer. Like they played it and it was still bad. Like
hers were not good.
But it wasn't good.
None of their lyrics were overly great. And we already touched on Sherry. I don't know if we actually want to talk about it, but hers was just like not in like that wasn't good. Like it was lazy jokes.
Yeah. That was it. People are giving love to the producers though.
Oh yeah, they were hot. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, fair enough. You know who those people are?
No.
The producers?
No. They were about as famous, like they're so famous they could be on RuPaul's Celebrity Drag Race.
Oh, legend, icons, and stars.
Oh God. No, it's not. It's a Google search history.
Holy shit.
Like whenever I sit down for a new episode, I'm like, better get on Google to find out who this person is.
I might like binge through the episodes. I've only watched the first episode of that one still, but maybe I'll watch the rest of them tonight.
Episode 2 is great.
Every episode after one's better.
Yeah, 3 is palatable. 2 was great. 1 was One was like, that's what you chose to lead with.
It was a choice.
There's a lot of choices that go on in that show.
Yeah.
They do the dance rehearsal. They basically give everybody pretty much the same edit. Like, I felt like from the 3 edits, like the different edits, like the workroom, the singing, and then the dancing. Nobody really seemed to distinguish themselves or anything like that. It kind of just seemed like pretty, you know.
It was really nooch. It was as nooch could get.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They wanted to keep us guessing.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see more of like their practice or like their rehearsals with like all of these lifts and sliding, because those are funny things to watch when you're learning those, of like people getting stuck, people falling, someone hitting the ground.
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
One's hit the ground yet.
And Zaddy chimes in. Sherry didn't do choreo, like in the number. She stood in one spot. Yeah, they went real light on Sherry's choreo.
I think they cut they must have cut a lot again.
Do you think? Even out of the track? That would be hard. I mean, I guess there was a couple of cuts.
They cut her Madonna verse.
Did they? Yeah, that's right.
They cut it in half.
I guess because they kind of, they have their chorus before their individual verses.
Because her individual verse, there was a big cut right before that.
It was weird.
Yeah. I bet they regretted putting her front and center in that opening sequence when they come right down and it's like the Sherry show for 10, 20 seconds. I was just like...
I bet they regret a lot.
She's been in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
I think we all have a lot of regrets. Okay.
My regret is my lighting angle right now.
Open season, the Vegas show. What did we think?
I have a question.
Yes. Please ask.
Like this the number that they do in Vegas? Like minus...
I hope not.
But I was wondering that too.
Like, this was the number it felt like Broadway.
It didn't
feel Vegas-y.
It was very Broadway. From the video clips I've seen of their Vegas show, it's just like high budget skinny people.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Same.
I think you just described it. Described Vegas. Anne says it was boring. I'd ask for a refund if I paid for that. Jerry Lynn Spears says bad. I agree that the quality was odd. The production for a Ru on stage thing was quite high. Like,
yes, there was
if
a
you
lot
think
of
the changes in those kind of things that they did, it was actually quite strong. For me, I was most confused by the second part.
Like where they had individual?
The mirrors?
Oh my god.
I was like,
mirrors.
Is this RuPaul trying to say trans rights, or is she just confusing drag queens with trans girls? Like,
I don't think she knows.
They were like, now I look in the mirror and I see who I really am. I was like, bitch, are you taking our culture? Like, if you are, put kitty girl ears on those girls and then make them all eat pickles and ooh-woo culture. That's what we have. Don't take that.
Yeah, the best part of that second verse was when they got the shot of them all standing in the one freaking oval mirror, and they all looked like they were like, so Jackie's just in the middle looking like a man.
It looked like some sort of weird, like, looking into the past through a mirror.
Okay. Did you notice, so they started with Sherry, and then they went to Jackie, and in the background, you see Sherry just being like, packing her tits in, like, broke character totally. She's like, gotta stick this back in.
That went up over my head.
That entirely. I wish I had seen that. There was a lot of confusing moments. Like, was, I don't really know how to put into words what we saw.
Also,
we have two excellent comments. From Stephanie, we have, I guarantee that would be the number that they do in Vegas. If it weren't for the pandemic, they would have had a season 12 spectacular show, and they would have done that number. I hate it, but when you're right, Steph. And Jerry Lynn Spears says, look over there!
I will say one thing during the musical I really liked was Crystal wrote a song lyric about pussycat wigs.
Okay. I noticed.
That wig... It's the second time we've seen the worst wig. Like, it makes me harken back to the fond days of Aiden. Like, I would rather see Aiden's bus driver than that terrible plasticky crystal wig. I hate that wig. It's atrocious.
The asymmetrical bob, my friend learned that in high school because she found out that her dad wasn't her real dad, so she like chopped her hair into an asymmetrical bob, and that's all I could think of.
Jerry
and I can talk.
Yeah, Jerry says Lazy Town.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Steph said it first. My bad. I just saw the caps.
They're both saying lazy town.
Well,
And I sure as hell
in
can talk.
town.
These wigs are wonderful. They're styled. They're gorgeous. I'm not perfect. I've had bad wig days. We've all had a few that are questionable.
Yeah.
But why don't you shave your head and paint it blue again, Anne?
I'm sitting here looking like the mom from Futurama, so I feel that.
I love it. I need to restyle this purple one because I'm not convinced on how it is. It's not. I'm not
I
feeling
trademark Shake and Girl wig. Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. I do like a shake and go, especially when you see me, Jerry, because usually I'm traveling out of a suitcase.
Hey, you make it work. You
What's
make
that?
it work. You make it work. You pick nice ones.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better.
it's all right. We're in this journey together.
I love you both, Anne and Jerry.
Yeah. The red ramen hair that Gigi was wearing towards the end was mentioned in the comments, and it triggered me a little bit.
Tantra.
Not to be dramatic, but I also did not enjoy I could tell that whatever her bodysuit chaps activity was, there was a heart in it, but it was poorly fitted. Like that was a rushed, like there was a concept, and then she went like up the stairs from her basement to tell her mom, I need this now, and her mom put it together overnight. And that was it.
Yep.
The girls are running out of looks.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, if we're gonna, do we have runways? Do we want to do the runways?
Oh yeah.
Yes, they are ready. They are here.
Let's do the runways. And in the meantime, Jerry is asking for more advice on wigs. Okay, Jerry, I'll help you out again. If you want to find this look, you can go to Starlight Wigs. You should try
I love
them.
Starlight.
What's that?
I'm a big fan of Starlight Wigs.
I love Starlight Wigs. Give it a shot, Jerry.
That was yeah, that's usually where I get them from.
Ooh,
Okay, so we are gonna do our Tootin' Boots.
There's so
Let's
many.
jump into it.
Oh, we can actually look at their stage looks as well if we wanted.
I think let's just do the runway.
Okay.
Dahlia Sin is back.
Oh yeah, what the fuck was that broccoli
They
pop
brought
up?
her back for the last 10
I
seconds.
know. I thought we made it through without one, but we didn't.
Watch
I don't
Barbie
have a
winner.
poll yet.
Oh, it's launching.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start off with RuPaul. It's very well done.
Yeah.
It's too repetitious for me. It feels like I've seen this look twice this season.
But
I like the fabric,
Mhm.
but that's where my thought ends.
I like the wig. I like the fabric. I like the paint.
She's definitely worn.
It was a little bit. I feel like I've seen this.
She's definitely worn the wig already.
I'm happy
Yeah.
that they kept it classic though. Like I feel like we've seen so much like leg from Ru that we don't need to be seeing. But it's like I enjoy like this like long gown moment. I feel like it's very classic. And for like the last episode, I was like, okay.
I don't know. I'm right on the line. I do like the look. I just feel a little bored by it. I'm like, I kind of want to do a shoot, but I could easily do a boot. I don't know.
What's the is it just nooch? Is that the in between of toot and boot?
Nooch
I think
is, yeah.
Nutrella.
Oh yeah, the top comment on this post is too but felt already done. That's my mood.
Oh, look at that. People are doing our work for us.
Easy peasy.
I'm gonna toot it, but
Go back.
eh.
Oh.
Okay, let's go on to Crystal Method.
A Gasparilla.
Oh my god, I died.
I thought it was
Oh,
fun. It was great. I mean, blue is my favorite color, and crystal is my favorite. So I loved it.
I feel like I have 3 critiques.
Yeah.
The shoe made it look like she had hoofs.
T.
She was bad, though. Yes.
It made her look like a little blue goat. 2, she did not think strategically, and I know she loves blue, but that was a stupid choice. That was a stupid choice with the lighting in the background. She disappeared. That was not a very well thought out look for that. And then the final critique that I have is, I love the concept. I don't like the way it fit her. Like, the bottom pants were Zumba pants from the 90s. Like, she could have been in an MC Hammer video with this. I just wish that they were a little more flattering and a little less, like, droopy diaper.
Yeah.
Very true.
Anne's in the chat. We can talk to her about that.
Oh.
Anne's points are very correct, though.
Anne's points right.
It's a white person in a turban, and that was something that I wasn't sure about either.
Yeah.
It was not.
Again, Murica.
Yeah, fashion turbans.
Steph says, I'll meet all of you in the 7-Eleven parking lot. All right, I gotta jump in my car and go to Cochrane. Not happening.
That's why
she had a thinner ankle. I think she should have had a thinner. If she just done it thinner from the knee down, it could have saved it.
Yeah.
Just made it a little tighter. She still could have had wrinkles, but if it would have given her more of a shape, and it made her legs look very stumpy. So I'm going to give this a boot.
I'm an emotional toot, but I agree with all of the critiques of the boot.
Because I just like it as it is, mistakes and all.
I just want to hug her in it. I feel like it's a very helpful outfit.
I will say, before we go on, I agree with Anne. The makeup was very good.
Yeah.
It's probably from Crystal the best use of highlighter. She looked the most polished tonight.
Yes, absolutely. And her eye shape is very, like, she figured out the size of that makeup.
Yeah, there were some rough moments. She got there.
From personal experience, that is hard.
Yeah, on the fly, too. She's figuring this out in days.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Oh,
we're out of order. Okay.
Are we out of order?
My poll says Jackie Cox next, but we're looking at Gigi.
Oh, that is fully my bad.
Gigi, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's okay. Gigi's the last in the list. That was just.
I love Gigi. I'm giving an extreme toot. This is classic Gigi. I'm so happy for her. I was getting very bored because she was just going into the I'm skinny fashion girl, and she went back to skinny fashion girl does camp. Loved it.
If I saw one more pirate sleeve, I was ready to rip her arms off. This is perfection. And as someone who lived with headgear for braces for 6 years and had headgear for 2, this is top 2.
I love it. It's such a unique look to be brought to Drag Race as well, I think. This sort of cute. Yeah, this edge of camp.
I liked it because it told a story. It looked good. It was campy, but you could still just be but it's also pretty good. Can I get a ruling on this? We have a comment that I would like your ruling on. Stephanie says, when the girls were getting ready, Jackie Cox called out Gigi on her costumes. And then she immediately went out on that runway with another costume. Honestly, it's the same thing as Jan, where we were, quote, weren't seeing who she is. Thoughts?
Oh, Jackie Cox was wearing another costume kind of thing?
No, Jackie Cox called out Gigi, said, you just wear costumes. Remember they said first impressions? And Jackie said, my first impression of you is you're a costume girl, because she walked in wearing an absolute costume, her chic pirate look. It was come on, girl, that's a costume. And this drives the line between costumey and fashion-y. And I'm okay with it.
There's reference in a lot of what she does, I feel like. So I don't know, it takes back a little bit from the Dawn's Hobby Shop costume effect, but
I think that there was a lot of intention behind this look, which for me anyway takes the costumey aspect out, because I'm sure in person it looks a lot more costumey, but it worked on the runway.
I will say this is very reminiscent of the Trixie Pearl conjoined twin look.
Ooh.
It's just a pretty version of it.
I will say too that I know that Jackie gave her that critique this time, but she's kind of gone away from the costume since the snowman one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that was the last time that I really liked Gigi, was around that era. So I actually welcomed the return to a more pronounced character. One of the reasons why Brooklyn Heights was one of my favorite people on Drag Race was because she made that runway her stadium. She was you are here for me. She put on a show, a walk. She just owned that space. And I like when people do that.
I still think about those the finale lip sync of the heels to ballet slippers. I watched that video, just that one little clip, so many times.
So cool.
Blew my mind. Still does.
Okay, let's move it along. We've got Jackie Cox and Jada Essence Hall. Who are we going to get next?
What do we get?
Jackie.
We have Jackie. I am giving this one hell of a boot.
You didn't like it?
Hated.
Oh.
Hated with the strongest passion. Fuck. Get off this show, you has-been hack. This exposes her as a total fraud, and she should have been gone 4 episodes ago. Loathed. It's the same 1950s deer in headlight that she's been getting away with all goddamn season. Woof.
But we learned why.
Did you like the look?
But we learned why because they showed Michelle saying that she has been a Jackie Cox fan for a very long time.
Yeah,
I know.
Did you like the look though?
Okay, maybe I was a little strong on this one, but I'm so sick of it. She's done the same shtick like 6 runways.
But it's the same as, not the same, but...
No, like the same.
No,
the
sorry,
same silhouette, the same little mini beehive, the same look on her terrible painted mug.
No, I meant it's not the same as with Aiden, but Michelle wanted her to stay, so she stayed. And that's it. That's the whole story.
She's a one-trick pony.
It's very true.
I'm sick of this trick.
So, what was that, Val?
Oh, I was saying that the dress definitely looks like wrapping paper.
That's what I liked about it.
But it doesn't look like it's hemmed. Like
when she gets all bowed up by the Grinch.
Yeah.
But like not.
Also, how does one pack something like that?
Anne's clocking the wig with a very hard late front. It might even be a hard front wig. I would agree.
The makeup.
I think the styling is complex. I'm just sick of seeing it. The
necklace is also so weird. Like, why?
Well, do pearls.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go for that.
Pearls would have been actually really cute with all of the dots. Even a yellow, like round beaded necklace.
Yeah.
Could have borrowed one from Crystal.
Truly.
Yeah. And Jerry Lynn Spears is saying overall these final runway looks were not good. I gotta agree. Wasn't really overwhelmed by any of them, except please bring up the next one, who I think we can all say is the universal fan favorite. Everyone just loves her the most. I'm staying neutral as a judge, though.
You're neutral. I feel that.
This was
the hair.
The hair.
I wrote down that she is such a trophy you could hand her out at awards.
You could. This is Drag Race trophies should just be modeled after this look. It's just her.
It's perfection. It's very futuristic, very modern. It's perfect. It's beautiful.
When somebody tells you, when you get booked for a gig and someone says best drag.
That's it.
If you're showing up for a party with the straights, this is what they want to see walk through the door.
It reminds me of when Trinity walked the runway for season 9. I was really impressed with her final look too. And as a pageant person, I was happy that they're delivering what we expect of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and some of the comments are saying that it is very stock pageant. It's a little on the simple side. I agree, but I feel as the last thing you're sending to the judges before it's to the finale, I think you got to put that forward. I think you got to go to your roots and say, put me on there, put me in the finale, because this is what I do.
This silhouette kind of reminds me of Shea Coulee, not exactly, but it reminds me of Shea Coulee's season 9 finale look too, when she wore that black velvet dress.
Yeah.
Kind of the neck thing and the hair that's kind of all rushed to the top. It's super beautiful. This is, I think, maybe the best of the week.
Also, Jerry Lynn, take notes here. This is how you wear a breastplate.
Hey.
She looks like a Barbie doll.
That is one well-matched breastplate.
That is perfect Barbie doll.
Don't cancel me, Jerry. I love you. I'm sorry.
I think that as far as these final runway looks go, they all, especially Jada and Crystal, they really showed their personality through their look. That is their best drag. That is who they are fundamentally.
I think they all did. I think they all showed us who they are.
Everyone but Jackie.
No, I think Jackie did.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's
I mean,
Jackie.
Jackie showed us she has no taste.
Yeah. Okay, let's everybody, can we please submit our toot and boots and we'll see what the results are.
Everyone voted already? What a treat. Good job, guys.
They're well organized.
This is, I think, the first time.
Sherry's belted looked like a spider's eye and it freaked me out. Yeah, Sherry's look was I liked the concept, I didn't like the execution, and I felt like the skirt didn't really fit. Kayla clocked the material was like kind of wrong for a dress like that. It didn't move the way it needed to, so it kind of had like a poncho, like you're kicking a tarp kind of thing, and she was totally right. It didn't work for me.
Yeah, I feel like we learned this season that Michelle Visage has far too much pull, or she gets her two favorites that RuPaul lets her keep.
Yeah, it was interesting because it feels like they each get a favorite or two to pull through, because I remember that Ross was pulling along Heidi for a while and other people, so okay, so here's the poll results. RuPaul, 80% toot. That's weaker. Usually she's in the 90s or straight across. Crystal Method gets a 6-4 boot. Jackie Cox right down the middle.
You're half and half.
Jada is a toot, and so is Gigi Good. Yeah, that felt right to me.
Can I say one more thing about Sherry's look, though, I thought was really funny?
Yeah.
I just thought it was really funny that she showed up in the same color that Cracker in India wore for All Stars 5, like powder blue, and then in India's promo, she was like, I'm in this like really unique color, like no one's ever seen it before. Yeah. And then the hard cut to Cracker, and then this week Sherry wears like the same thing.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. It's very rare. Hey.
Soft baby blue.
Okay, so it is final works. Gigi wins the week.
Yeah, I mean,
really though?
I was surprised.
I wasn't in a week that I wasn't really wowed by anyone. She was never somebody that caught my eye in a bad way, and I think that might have been enough.
Yeah. I didn't we didn't super touch on it, but the song that I guess was created by this final thing is not good.
And comment.
I'm sorry, but there is some tea in the comment that will be settled at the finale of this show. Okay. Hot take, but the lip sync tonight between Jackie and Crystal was exactly what it looked like if me and Val lip sync for our lives. Then you will be. Okay, I want on our finale, I want to open the finale of the show. We're taking next week off, and we're going to come back the week after for the finale.
Yeah. I can't wait for
nobody
Val.
likes a recap show.
And
so we're going to start out with Val and Anne. I want you two to do this number to start the show. Will you do it? Will you accept the challenge right now?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm in.
Okay, you're both in.
Deal.
So May 29th, you're going to get into drag, and the two of you are going to come in and do this to start the show.
And we'll do a split screen.
What a treat.
This is iconic. I love it.
I feel like based on where the three of us all live, Val could just kick off her shoes and it'll hit each of us.
Oh, betrayal from a sister. Jerry Lynn's Anne will cream Val. Oh, wow. Val can hold a candle to Anne. Oh.
I can emote.
I love it. And you know what? I'm gonna talk to put something on the line. I'm gonna talk to Chi-Chi down at Bar Patricia, and I'm gonna see whoever the group decides wins will get dinner from Bar Patricia.
I love that. That seems fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Not if you can.
So there you go. When the two of you tune in on May 29th, get a hold of this track, and you will fight for dinner.
Perfect. I'm in.
I love it.
I can reach out to you with more details if needed.
Oh my God, we're gonna make the craziest promo for this.
I can't wait. Send me videos. I'll make a real promo. We have a whole week of nothingness, so I mean, there's whatever the reunion's gonna end up looking like.
Gigi wins. Fine. Jada's safe, thank God.
Yeah.
Jerry's safe, gross. And we have Jackie versus Crystal. What did we think of the lip sync?
I enjoyed it.
I did. I thought Jackie won the lip sync.
She took her shoes off though.
She took her shoes off. That was it.
Like, no offense to Val, but that's like a guaranteed loss.
Stephanie says, never take your shoes off during a number. There should be a sniper ready for whenever a queen takes their wig. I'm with you on the wig. Or their shoes, like, get your shit together. Yeah, I mean, we all know that Jackie, we've seen her runways. She can't really walk in heels. And she chose a bad heel for trying to do as much dancing as she was, but...
Mm-hmm.
Do we think they will do a top 3 for the finale or bring back Jackie? I think they're going to bring back Jackie.
I was going to present that question, and I also think they'll bring back Jackie.
Yeah, I think we're going to see another 50s moment.
Yeah.
Oh, they just bring back Heidi and not Jackie?
I think that would be
wow. I mean, I know Rue wants to bring back Heidi, but I think they've got to bring back Jackie if they follow order. Bring back Rockham!
Honestly, justice for Rockham. Like, why are they bringing this fucking broccoli back when you could bring someone who actually can build their own look?
They're gonna bring Dahlia back.
Dahlia wins. Broccoli wins.
Yeah. I want more Rock. Rock me.
Yeah. Rock as well.
Rock be tender.
Truly.
Okay, so I feel like I'm happy Crystal went through.
I was never expecting her to, which I think I said like on one of our earlier shows, like she is someone who's like one of my favorites that I've seen on the show personally, but I never expected her to make it as far as she did.
I wonder, here's my tea. I don't think she makes it to the top 4 if Evie Oddly didn't win last season.
For the quirky gals.
Yeah, I think someone needed to show to Rue that the alt girls have commercial value, that people want to see it, that there's a lot more of us out here than you think.
Can you believe that?
I cannot.
I feel like I liked Crystal's lip sync for this better though, because I think Jackie did a lot of what she's done before, and just being in the bottom so many times, like as someone who does the same thing in most of their lip syncs, like I could imagine it gets old.
Yeah, I feel like anytime my eye wasn't really drawn to Crystal, and I felt like she was kind of just like this prancing little blue goat in the background.
She reminded me of, there's that one game like for Game Boy Advance, like Shantae or whatever, or like you like whip your hair, you have like purple hair.
Yeah.
This is a game?
Comments if you play it. But she gave me very like video game character. I was really into it. I like the lip sync.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I just feel like I think she won the lip sync because her record was better than Jackie, and I think they were like, she brings something different to it.
And they even said that they're like when they were having their deliberation, they were just going to go off of their scorecards basically.
A very rare mention of the scorecard.
Yeah.
It really only comes out around this time. Well, who has the track record? It's only about this time. Also, I would like to bring up one thing. Did you notice that this year they didn't do the "Why should you be in the finale"?
Or look at your baby. Look at your child.
Yeah, they didn't do the baby pics, and they didn't do the "Why do the other girls suck?"
I wonder why. Because I really appreciate that part, especially when they have like their baby photos, and it's like, what would you say to your younger self? I think that has a lot of power, and it reveals that vulnerability that is actually there. It kind of breaks them down a little bit.
I think it's a RuPaul thing, because I feel like that's like so like baby step therapy. So I feel like that's like RuPaul dictates that kind of thing. So I wonder if they were just like, no. Or maybe they're like, we know these people. No.
Or maybe they cut it because of Sherry.
Maybe. They also didn't do the podcast.
Yeah.
Whoa, what do we think of this? Mac is saying they're the least drama-filled season I've ever seen. And I gotta go back to how much everyone hated Aiden. That was right off the hop. There's a lot of drama right there.
Unless you're talking about like towards the end, because I do think there's not usually too much drama when it gets down to the top 4, top 5. They kind of like each other for a little bit.
This was like Diet season 9.
Yeah.
In terms of drama.
I don't know if Karla is thinking or
I I'm trying to understand if I'm offended by Anne's comment.
What? Which one? Maybe.
Something about
Jada's baby photo.
I don't know.
I'm sure everyone was beautiful.
Yeah. I wonder if like. I wonder what they're gonna do if they do get like, because I know that like trans people have competed on the show, and I know that like what are they gonna do if they're like, hey, talk to baby dead name here, you know?
They didn't do that to Peppermint, did they? They just said your younger self.
I guess I don't know. I'm just like, girl, if anyone showed me like a dead photo of me, I'd be like,
that's not what you want to see on national television.
Honestly, I don't know, maybe they're phasing it out because it's like it could like maybe it's triggering to people.
It definitely could be.
Like, I think Pearl had some issues with it.
It's I know it's pretty split. I mean, some trans people don't care. I don't like seeing it, but some trans people don't care at all.
I think it's one of those. I think it's a very personal preference.
Put a Karla Marx filter on your baby pic. Okay.
We'll just cut the head off and just put your current face on. Your face.
Okay, so we've got our top 4. We've got Crystal, we've got Jada, we've got She Who Must Not Be Named, and Gigi Good.
They are only saying it's the top 3, though. They didn't mention anything of Jackie.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Online right now.
Which I think that if that's the case, like, I feel like Jackie has a case to feel aggrieved.
Oh, absolutely. I think that she deserves to be pushed up into that final 4 group.
Yeah.
Like, by far.
Anne says, I wish Jan and Heidi were here. It would have made it interesting. I just don't think Jan had it. You know, she's a good queen. She's going to be a good performer.
But she's one of those people who's like, I've watched every episode of Drag Race and I've figured out the formula, and then the formula will not save you. It doesn't matter how many.
You gotta sparkle.
Yeah.
You gotta have, you know, you can be as prepared as you want, but you gotta you have to show them something.
Also, I don't think Jan's a good singer. Like, I sing it here. Like,
I agree. I don't like her singing at all. I think that I can tell that she's a trained singer, but I don't like how it sounds. Yeah.
Okay. So, Val, now is your moment. You get to give away dinner from Bar Patricia. So if you are the lucky winner, make sure you message me on Instagram or Facebook if you have me on there. And I will give you a code so you can win your very own dinner. You will get 1 free menu item plus 20% off your overall order. So based on just a comment that you thought was great, somebody who thought was really active out there banging away in the Calgary area, Val, who do you think wins?
I feel like it's pretty rotted, but I'm gonna give it to Anzai.
Yay!
She's hungry.
We love nepotism.
Feed the child.
She's a hungry girl. She has been asking for that dinner for weeks.
I've witnessed her asking for it before, so
And I'm so happy you won. Send me a message, babe. We'll get you all hooked up.
Yeah, give her
we
some
get dinner. Gigi's gonna come over and feed you.
Love you.
Dinner.
I expect beer on my doorstep in the morning.
Okay, so that brings our episode to a close. Thank you for everyone who chatted and participated and played along with us. We really appreciate you. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you very much to our special guest and our girl we're pulling for in Anne's, Queen Valerie Hunt.
Valerie.
And check me out on Quarantinta, where I'm going to lose because they just don't like me.
So where would fans of Queen Valerie Hunt find this competition that you're in? Tell us more.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Queen Valerie Hunt. And then if you want to go to Instagram and look up Quarantinta's Drag Comp, you can vote for me. It's a gotta go popularity race. You can vote for me.
Yeah, Jane shaped a generation of drag, you know?
I mean, and shaped pads, shaped so many things. So yeah, it's very exciting. We are in our final leg. This is our top 4 Eleganza week. I wore the same jumpsuits that I met Trinity the Tuck in, so we'll see if that's real.
I don't believe that it is.
Cute.
And yeah, come vote for me and maybe I'll win. And I have, okay, if anyone remembers Shiloh from the early 2000s and you like that like era of like soft emo pop,
Yes.
come watch our live finale Sunday.
Work. As always, Vanta has mentioned in the comments that if you have the ability to tip us, we really do appreciate it. There's the tip information there. You can send an e-transfer to sambrownyyc@gmail.com. Please make the password skunk. Vantarini, any final thoughts?
I'm sorry, I have one more plug.
Wow, Val. Go for it.
Can I steal your moment?
Yes, please. Take it. Take it away.
My last plug is if you haven't, you should go to the link in my Instagram bio and watch the most recent Smutty Gay content video on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment. Me and Anita D read all the new Canada's Drag Race girls, and I get in depth and I spill the tea. So
I love it.
She's a content creator. Big proud.
Bye, Steph.
Oh, I love that.
Sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
No. I want to say, so the past few weeks, Karla and I have not planned our matching moments. Like last week, we were both wearing the Karla Marx merch, which I believe is still available. The week before, we were both wearing spaghetti straps, and when we had our social distancing picnic, we were both wearing leggings and a crop top.
Yeah.
So we're doing great. But today, all three of us are wearing these weird little bow activities.
Oh yeah, I got a bow.
And I was wondering if it would happen, and I'm really glad it did.
That's so funny.
It brings me so much joy.
As James rightly brings up, there's a queer horror movie going on tomorrow night as a part of Fairy Tales Film Festival. James, bang the link in there. I was extremely honored to have an episode of History with a Drag Queen air in the festival, which was really dope and wild to see a little episode of History with a Drag Queen play before a documentary on Stonewall, which is really well done. And our very own Lilith Fair, friend of the Skunks. Lilith Fair will be, she's got a short film preceding a queer horror film. So get your tickets now for Fairy Tales. This is the 22nd year of the festival. It is online, it's in your lap, it's wonderful. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, go buy tickets to this. It's really, really cool. Support Calgary Queer Art Society. I'm sure if you go to Calgary Queer Art Society, you'll find it. Or Fairy Tales has, I think, their own website. So really excited. So go and support them. So with that, we'll just sign off. Thank you so much to the Taylor Made Radio Entertainment Network for putting this podcast out there into the wild. You can find us on iTunes and all those kind of places. SoundCloud, Mixcloud, YouTube, you name it, we're out there, babies. And so we appreciate you so much. Thank you, everyone. I'm Karla Marx. I've been one of your hosts. I think I forgot to introduce myself at the beginning.
You look great, though. You're making it work. And I'm Vanta Blaque, your other host, and thank you for joining us every week. It's so exciting. I'm glad we get to do this, and I'm glad we get to do it together. It makes me happy.
Yeah, okay. So one quick reminder, we will not be doing an episode next week because it's just the recap show, so we'll just be talking about tea other people spilled. So we'll pick that up another time, but we will be back on May 29th, and we will be starting out with a lip sync competition between Valerie Hunt and Anxiety, a battle for your dinner. I love it.
Through the web.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Love you. Bye.